orange Tic Tacs will always bring me back to this moment. His taste, his touch, the feel of his chest pressed against mine. All of it new and exciting, and over far too soon for my liking. "I'll call you once I'm settled," he promises. Blinking back tears, I nod as I watch him roll away, knowing full well that our first kiss will also be our last. Chapter 1. Wren. "Can I have more coffee, ma'am?" Inwardly cringing, I swing toward the request, freshening up the childlike girl's empty mug. When did teenagers start looking so young? At 21 years old, I'm certainly nowhere near ma'am status, yet the girl sitting in the booth with her equally fresh-faced friends looks like a toddler. At some point, I crossed the line between child and adult, and no one gave me the memo. It seems like only yesterday I was the girl in the booth, throwing back burnt coffee and stale French fries, mamming the waitresses to death with my friends. Now I roam these antiquated aisles with a black carafe in one hand and an orange one in the other. Decaf or regular? Fake a smile, collect a tip, and do it all again. Sun up to sundown. "Welcome to the grind. What can I get ya?" I swear, I say that shit in my sleep. "Thank you," she sings songs, turning her attention back to her friends as my gaze sweeps the room. High school kids fill the pink pleather booths and worn wooden tables this time of night. In a small town like Creek Falls, there isn't much else to do until you turn 21 and start spending all your nights at the Hi-Hat. But I don't mind, really. At least they're polite. At the stroke of 2 a.m., the 20-somethings will stumble in here from the bar down the road and fill their beer-soaked gullets with greasy burgers and eggs over easy. I'd take teenagers over those leering idiots any day. Thankfully, my shift ends in 30 minutes, and I have Asher already waiting for me in bed. "Cheer up, doll. It's almost 10 o'clock. Linda clicks the corner of her mouth and winks as she backs out of the kitchen, carrying 2 orders of gravy fries in each hand and a plate of chicken fingers balanced on her wrinkled forearm. "Let me help you with that," I offer, but she doesn't slow her steady pace. "I got this," I hear her say as she rushes to the waiting table in the back. Linda's what's known as a grind lifer. She's been here since as far back as I can remember, and she'll probably remain long after I've left. The smiling faces of her grandkids are perpetually pinned to her uniform, her tight perm dyed lilac gray. She's teeming with piss and vinegar from the moment she arrives until the time she leaves. I have no idea where she gets the energy. "How many Red Bulls has Linda had tonight?" I question, bursting through the kitchen doors. They smack open, then shut immediately behind me, swaying a bit before coming to a dead stop. Allison glances over her shoulder and grins. "Knowing her? Probably about 3, but the night is young. We're almost out of coffee. Can you start another pot?" She snatches a cloth from the edge of the counter and uses it to carefully pull a plate from beneath the heat lamps. 5 kids at a table, and they're sharing 1 plate of fries. Unbelievable. Suck it up, babe. Part of the job. All I have to say is, thank God I can buy shampoo and condoms at the dollar store now. Following her out, I duck behind the counter and head to the industrial-sized coffee machine that sits at the end. The bold aroma smacks me in the face as I pop the seal on the gigantic can of grinds and begin to fill the filter basket. "I'll have another cup when it's ready." Deep and rich as the coffee itself, the smooth baritone seeps across the counter and slinks up my spine. 5 minutes, I answer,